Life is full of ups and downs. Some days, everything feels right, and other days, it feels like everything is falling apart. Maybe you've been struggling with doubt, wondering if God is really hearing your prayers. Maybe you're carrying a burden that feels too heavy, and you don't know how much longer you can hold on. Or maybe you feel stuck, waiting for a breakthrough that seems like it will never come. But here's the truth. God's faithfulness never changes. Even when you don't see it, even when you don't feel it is working in your life. Holding on to God's promises when life feels uncertain, we need to stand on what God has said, not on what we see. Psalm 33:4 reminds us, "For the word of the Lord is right and true. He is faithful in all he does." That means his promises are not just words, they're truth. When you feel alone, remember, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Deuteronomy 31:8 When you feel weak, declare, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12:9 When you feel uncertain, trust, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope." Jeremiah 29:11 God has never broken a promise, and he won't start now. Faith in the fire. When the trials seem too much, maybe you're walking through a storm that feels impossible. You've prayed, you've cried, and yet, things haven't changed. But look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were thrown into a fiery furnace for refusing to bow to an idol. It looked like the end. But when the king looked inside, he saw 4 men in the fire, not 3. Because Jesus was with them. And when they came out, they weren't burned, not even a single hair. God didn't stop them from going into the fire, but he walked through it with them. And he is walking with you now. The fire won't destroy you. It will refine you. Trust in even when you don't understand. There are moments when God's plan doesn't make sense. When Lazarus was sick, his sisters sent for Jesus, but he didn't come right away. Lazarus died. It looked like Jesus was too late. But 4 days later, Jesus arrived, stood before the tomb, and said, "Lazarus, come out." And Lazarus walked out alive. God's delay is not his denial. Sometimes, it's setting the stage for something greater. If it feels like your prayers are unanswered, don't lose faith. He is never late. His timing is perfect. Meditation. Resting in God's presence. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine yourself standing in a vast field, the sun shining gently over you. The breeze is soft. The worries, the fears, the doubts, they begin to fade. Now, picture Jesus standing in front of you. He looks at you with love and says, "Do not be afraid. I'm with you." Let his peace fill your heart. Let his presence calm your thoughts. You are not alone. It is holding you, guiding you, and walking with you. Challenge. A step of trust is weak. I challenge you to take one step of faith. If fear has been holding you back, surrender it to God. If you've been waiting on a breakthrough, trust in his perfect timing. If you feel distant from God, take time to pray and reconnect with him. Whatever it is, take that step today. Because faith grows when we choose to trust. Call to action. Let's share this message. If this message encouraged you, type "I trust you, Lord" in the comments. Hit the like button if you believe that God is faithful. And don't forget to subscribe and share this message so that more people can be encouraged by his word. God is still moving. His promises are still true. Keep believing, keep trusting, and keep holding on to him. Amen.